First on the list is Tefiti, the goddess of creation. In the two Moana films, we are introduced to a bunch of gods and demigods who serve as both Moana's enemies and allies. These divine beings, inspired by Polynesian mythology, have helped Moana become a demigod herself. They often are portrayed as powerful creatures that influence the natural world and the lives of mortals. But who is the most powerful among them? Is it Nalo? What kind of influence have they had so far on Moana and the people of the Pacific? I decided to begin with Tefiti because she still stands as a central figure in the Moana universe. She is the goddess who, through her heart, a Panamu stone, possesses the power to create life itself. Thanks to this heart, Tefiti formed the islands of Polynesia, which is a pretty big deal. In the original film, Maui steals her heart, and she transforms into Taka, a vengeful lava demon consumed by rage and destruction. This transformation is the main storyline in the first film, and the restoration of her heart by Moana reverts Taka back to Tefiti, bringing harmony and balance to the world. This is why fans were surprised that she wasn't even mentioned in the sequel. My theory is that the creators have kept a major storyline involving her that they'll use in Moana 3. What do you guys think? Are we going to see her in the third installment? Let us know before we continue with Maui, the demigod of wind and sea. Maui is a fan favorite and a complex demigod known for his shape-shifting abilities, but his support for Moana in the sequel proved that he is much more than a demigod with immense powers. Maui can transform into various animals. He's also able to use their unique strengths. He can pull islands from the sea, capture the sun, and gift fire to humanity. Basically, he's able to control different elements. As mentioned before, Maui doesn't rely on his demigod powers. In the sequel, we saw different versions of the character as he was left without his powers, and he still proved that he is a very supportive character who will do anything to help Moana succeed in her missions. This only brings us to Nalo.
Well, now I kind of miss the lava monster.
The god of storms. Yes, Tefiti and Maui are very powerful, but I think they are nothing when compared to Nalo, the god of storms who is introduced in Moana 2. Based on his abilities, Nalo is one of the most terrifying villains Disney has ever introduced. We saw how powerful the character is in the sequel as Moana and her crew had a very difficult time defeating him. Nalo uses his control over the elements to create barriers and summon sea monsters to do the fighting for him. He is also a very complex character, especially if we take his motives into consideration. He wants to isolate and dominate, as seen in his curse on the island of Monafidu. His actions are justified in his mind because this way he thinks he's protecting the balance of nature. The fact that he's coming back in the third installment sets the stage for Moana's next adventure. Based on the mid-credit scene of the sequel, he will return as a more powerful villain. Another character that is confirmed to come back is Matangi.
I've seen a wayfinder. Love the ore. Would you like to see me use it? Ooh, feisty.
The underworld goddess. Making her debut in Moana 2, Matangi is the mysterious goddess of the underworld. She can easily control bats and other creatures of the night, but we still don't know much about her. I mean, we still don't know whether she's an ally or a villain. We don't know what her connection is to Nalo, and we have no idea if she'll help Nalo defeat Moana in the third installment. And while we don't know any of this, we do know that Matangi's influence is significant, especially in her interactions with other gods. Do you guys have any theories regarding Matangi's origin? Share them in the comments below before we continue with the ocean. In Moana's universe, the ocean itself is a character. As you already know, the body of the waters portrayed as a living, conscious entity with its own will. In the original film, the ocean chooses Moana as the hero to restore Tefiti's heart. The ocean also serves as her ally, guiding and assisting her through her journey. When making the film, the creators were obviously inspired by Polynesian beliefs that view the ocean as a strong, life-giving force. Next, we have the kakamura. coconut-clad pirates. The kakamura are a tribe of small, fierce pirates who wear coconut armor. Despite their size, the coconut-clad pirates are very powerful. They work in teams, and their swift and coordinated attacks make them a big threat to the ocean. The kakamura challenged Moana several times so far, and we wouldn't be surprised if they appear in Moana 3. This time, however, we'll see a different version of Moana. In Moana 2, the titular character decides to sacrifice herself to raise the island of Manafitu. This results in her transformation into a demigod, marking a new chapter in her journey. This change turns into a being with divine abilities, aligning her with figures like Maui. As a demigod, Moana has new powers, and most importantly, she is immortal. She also has the ability to control the ocean through her magical ore. Her new tattoos symbolize her achievements and connect her deeply to her ancestors and cultural heritage. This transformation will also make Moana 3 very different from its predecessors. What do you guys think this means for the future of the franchise? Let us know, and as always, thanks for watching. See ya!